Friends, I welcome you all to our today's session. Previous classes we are discussing about tax planning relating to certain business expenditures. Many business expenditures are covered like rents, taxes, rate, taxes, etc. Depreciation also we had covered. Now few more specific provisions are there. So those things we'll be learning. And in the meantime, also we have covered that how to do tax planning for startups, how to manage the expenses of startups. That was already over. Now, let me share the screen with you regarding business expenditure tax planning we're thinking of. So, if you have remembered earlier, I had told you that the section 30 to 37 of Income Tax Act 1961 covers various expenditures relating to businesses. Section 30 deals with the rent, rates, taxes, repairs, and insurance. We had already covered it in our previous sessions. Section 30. Then Section 31 talks about repair maintenance of machinery and furniture. So that also we have covered already. Then depreciation specifically we have covered how to do tax planning as regards to depreciation. That was already over. Now, today we'll be in fact learning the next portion, additional depreciation part also we had covered in my previous session. Yeah, we'll start with this particular section, section 35. Section 35, as you see, the expenditure on scientific research. That means if some business or some company or some entrepreneur spends some money on scientific research activities, he'll be able to get a deduction, right? But you have to see, section allows deduction in respect of expenditure on scientific research related to one's business. Actually the provisions are maybe a little long, so I have summarized the entire provision in this particular picture. So you can let us try to understand this picture first of all. So as you know, this is about, we're talking about expenditure on scientific research. Okay. So first of all, if you see, if the company is engaged in the business of biotech, that is biotechnology, or in any business of manufacture or production of any article, that means it must be producing something, or it must be a biotechnology business. It might be manufacturing or producing something of any article, not being an article or thing specified in the list of the 11th schedule on an approved in-house research or development facility. Meaning, in essence, you have to see either it must be a biotechnology business or business where something is manufactured, except a list of articles which are mentioned in the 11th. First, let me then tell you what are the few articles for which these sections are not allowed. Someone is a manufacturer, someone is manufacturing those articles, it cannot take benefit under this section. Those articles are, just have a look of the exclusion list under 11th schedule. Beer, wine, and other alcoholic spirits, tobacco preparations, cosmetic and toilet preparations, toothpaste, dental cream, tooth powder, soap, confectionery and chocolates, confectionery means sweet kind of thing, sweet type of product, office machines, apparatus, steel furniture. So even if someone is manufacturing all these items, still he cannot get benefit under this section. So the section says manufacture or production of an article not being an article or thing specified in 11th. So if someone is manufacturing this thing, the advantage of this section is that 100% expenditure can be claimed. 100% of the expenditure, whatever is incurred for this scientific research activity, can be claimed. Okay, entire expenditure, whether it's a revenue expenditure, capital expenditure, can be claimed. But some people started misusing this thing. So what they started doing, let us say they have purchased a used piece of land, constructed a building, then started doing some scientific research activities in that particular place. So law has made it clarified that scientific research expenditures will be allowed, but except land and building. Understood? So if someone is spending money on land and building, that will not be allowed under this section. The deduction will not be allowed under this section. So you see, if you read this picture here, 100% of expenditure other than expenditure on land. Is it clear to you? So anything
Sir?
which, yeah, please ask me.
Sir, can we say like NASA or maybe Bharat Biotech? These are the organization or corporations which
Yeah,
can
they are
be.
the organization, but you can yourself start an organization like that.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody can start an organization. Not anybody can do something manufacture and production. It should be manufacture and production, but whatever equipment you purchase, even if it is a capital expenditures are normally not allowed. Is it not? Depreciation of that capital expenditure is allowed, but still capital expenditure you can claim. That means the entire year, entire money. Let's say you purchased one machine of 50 lakh. Entire 50 lakh will be deducted from your profit. You can claim it as an expenditure. This deduction is allowed. So it will be reducing your taxable profit. You will be paying less tax. Right? So 100% of expenditure is allowed, but other than expenditure on land and building. Similarly, if some expenditure is incurred by assessee on scientific research related to business, for his own related business, he is doing some scientific research, then both capital expenditure and revenue expenditure, both are allowed. 100% of the expenditure is allowed, but other than land. Purchase of land for scientific research will not be allowed. Third option is that, let us say, assessee is not a biotechnology business, assessee doesn't have biotechnology business, or he's not a manufacturer, and the business and the scientific research is not related to the business, his own business. But still, he has paid some money. Paid money to whom? To an approved Indian company for scientific research, or paid money to a notified approved university, college, research association, or other institution for social science or statistical research, or to a notified approved university, college, research association, or other institution for scientific research. That means the money is given for social science, statistical research, or for scientific research, or money is given to an approved national laboratory, university, IIT, or specified persons for scientific research undertaken under an approved program. So money is paid to this institution. Then also 100% of the amount paid shall be allowed as deduction. Okay, is it clear to you?
Yes, sir. A question.
Yeah, please ask.
So anyway, the tax is on the profit generally, right? Okay, so profit is generally revenue minus
not profit. Tax is on your income. Okay, so
income. The income minus expenditure, right? On that, the profit is.
Yeah, your receipt minus expenditure is your income.
Correct. So anyway, when something is somebody is doing an expenditure on these items, right? So anyway,
Okay.
those are calculated, right? Okay. So what is
Yeah, friends, please ask me the question once again.
Okay, so let's say example. Okay, so an organization's income is 100 rupees. Okay.
Yes.
And expenditure is, let's say, 30 rupees, right?
Okay. Right.
So the tax he will pay is on the 70 rupees.
Yes. So what I understand, organization revenue is 100 rupees, expenditure is 30 rupees, so income is 70 rupees.
Income is 70 rupees, and on that he will pay the tax.
Yeah, on
so
that
now in
amount,
this case also,
you pay the tax. Yeah.
So in this case also, what you are saying is, so if the expenditure, if it's a biotechnology, a biotechnology company, or is an organization that doesn't belong to Schedule 11, okay, then he will pay the same, right? Okay, so what is the difference here?
Difference here is that, you see, so that's what, let us understand this concept. When we launched the business expenditure chapter, we have seen that only some specific expenditures are allowed. Okay, for example, let us say you are doing a business. Fine. And you are earning the revenue. You are earning and you are spending money. So you spend money, that will be allowed as an expenditure. But let us say you are purchasing a car. Whether the car, you are purchasing a car for 6 lakh, whether 6 lakh will be allowed as expenditure? Answer is no. 6 lakh will not be allowed. But car is a capital expenditure. Depreciation of the car, if the car is for business, will be allowed. Okay. And car's running maintenance expenditure, anyway, it will be allowed. But car will not be allowed. That means law allows only those expenditures which are specified, not all expenditures. But here, let us say you are purchasing a scientific research equipment or a machine. Normally, what should have happened? Depreciation would have been allowed only, but now the entire money will be allowed. That is the difference. Are you getting me, or still you need clarification?
Yes, I got it. Okay.
You got it? Yeah.
Anyway, right? So
You are 100% right that expenditures are allowed. Then what is the point specifically mentioning that scientific research expenditures will be allowed? So friends, please keep in the mind, expenditures are not allowed. Only those expenditures which are specified in the income tax law, that will be allowed. That is why you have already learned section, that is section 32, we have already learned. Section 30, we have seen. Section 31, same like that, we'll be learning more sections also. So only those expenditures which are specified, that is allowed.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Now, friends.
Sir, is it only about supporting government, that expenditures, or nothing like that?
No, nothing like that. The government wanted to promote expenditure in this sector. So government wanted that these companies, if they're spending some money for scientific research activities, then some deduction should be given to them. Then only they will be encouraged to buy equipments for that. So if someone is in the biotechnology business or someone is manufacturing something related to scientific research, if they're buying some equipments, so let us allow them 100% expenditure, 100% deduction. Otherwise, what will happen? That expenditure that will be allowed to them, but over a period of time. Let us say they're purchasing something, maybe in 5 years, maybe 7 years, it will be allowed by your depreciation. But at a single stroke, this money will be allowed. If someone is unable to, let us say, unable to spend money himself, then it can do paid money to an Indian company or to an university, to a college, so they will be conducting some research. And in that case, also 100% will be allowed.
Okay, sir. Understood.
Okay, understood. Fine. Now, so one can, this type of companies, manufacturing companies and biotechnology companies can spend money. Other companies can also spend money if it is related to their business. Capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, all are allowed, but except land, except expenditure on land. And whether any kind of employee, any kind of entity can pay money to an Indian company for scientific research or to an university, college, etc. Either for social research and social science or statistical research or scientific research. And that money will also be allowed as 100%. Okay, that means if some money, some business expenditure is incurred in relation to scientific research, then that will be allowed 100% in the year in which it is incurred. Okay. Now, once that is allowed, the provision also says no depreciation will be allowed, because the entire money you are claiming in the same year. I think your doubt is clarified now. Now, further no depreciation will be allowed. Understood? Suppose you are purchased a machine for scientific research. You could have claimed depreciation, but now entire amount is allowed to you in 1 year. So again, you cannot claim depreciation. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir. Okay. So in summary, I think you can claim the tax benefit in the first year itself.
Yeah, in the first year itself. If it is related to scientific expenditure, you can claim in year 1 itself. You need not claim it periodically through depreciation.
That's the benefit. Yeah.
That's the way. Now, friend, that is about scientific research activities. Now, friends, one more important provision is there, that is called as the businesses are called as specified businesses. So these businesses get many tax incentives. They are called as the Section 35 AD businesses. Okay, so they get lot of tax benefit. That means 100% of the capital expenditures will be allowed to them. They can claim deduction out of this. We'll be learning that thing. But before that, let us have a look at what are these industries we are talking about. They are called as the specified businesses. They include, they are covered under Section 35 AD. You see, setting up operating cold chains, then setting and operating of warehousing facilities for storing agricultural produce, then laying and operating natural gas and food or petroleum oil pipelines, building and operating hotels of 2-star or above category, 2-star or above category, building of hospital at least with 100 beds, developing housing project for slum redevelopment or rehabilitations programs. Then this thing also, developing and building housing for affordable housing under affordable housing schemes, production of fertilizer, then setting up and operating an inland container depot or container freight station, beekeeping, operating warehousing facilities, then laying or operating slurry pipelines for transportation of iron ore, then setting up and operating semiconductor wafer fabrication manufacturing unit, then developing and maintaining and operating, maintaining a new infrastructure facility. So these are some specified industries. So the focus here is that if these are most of them you see related to development of infrastructure. If some assessee is involved in this kind of business, so law has given them incentive in the form of 100% of the capital expenditure incurred during the previous year exclusively for this project shall be allowed as a deduction. Okay, but however, this capital expenditure should not include land, goodwill, or financial instrument. If you are purchasing some equity shares, then this will not be allowed. But other capital expenditures, purchase of land will not be allowed, purchase of goodwill will not be allowed. But any other money you are spending as capital expenditure for these projects, as you can have a look at all these things, 100% of the capital expenditure will be allowed as a deduction. Is it clear to you?
Sir, like the COVID hospitals that are built having 100 beds or more, or suppose we are building a farm where we are cultivating bee, honey or bee, so these provisions will be applicable.
Yeah, this will be our. That means if somebody tries to enter into this kind of project, he can get the benefit of 100% deduction of capital expenditure.
Apart from land, sir, and
land will not. Land will not.
Okay, and sir, what comes under goodwill?
Goodwill means as you know, it's a business purchase kind of thing. Just 1 second, I'll be explaining you. 1 second. Yeah. Please ask the question.
Yes, sir. Regarding goodwill, what can be?
Yeah, you wanted to know what is goodwill in the context of business. Okay, when business is acquired, if something is paid more than the consideration, more than the, let us say, book value, that is called as goodwill. Meaning, suppose someone you are acquiring somebody else's business, and you know the book value of the business is 5 lakh rupees, and you are paying 6 lakh rupees, right? So for asset worth 5 lakh rupees, you know, book value is 5 lakh rupees, you are paying 6 lakh. If the extra amount 1 lakh you are paying, that is goodwill. Meaning you are purchasing goodwill. Why you are paying that 1 lakh rupees extra? Because the business has got a goodwill and you are purchasing that. That is called as goodwill. So that expenditure will not be allowed as a deduction. Are you getting it?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Understood?
Sir, on the 10th,
you are looking at the business balance sheet. you are finding the assets are worth 5 lakh rupees. But you are ready to pay 6 lakh rupees to buy that business. That extra 1 lakh rupees you are paying, that is why you are paying. There might be some asset which you are unable to see. That's why we call it as intangible asset. That is good. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir. Sir, on that 10,000 concept,
Yeah, under.
so 10,000 amount exceeding that, unable
Oh,
to
that one.
understand.
I'll come. I'll be coming.
Okay, sir.
So you see, 100% of the capital expenditure is allowed. What is not allowed is that expenditure on acquisition of land, goodwill, and financial instrument will not be allowed. And one more thing, I told you 100% of capital expenditure is allowed, but one has to make sure that if some expenditure is exceeding 10,000 rupees, it should be definitely made. Not it should not be made otherwise than account pay checks or drafts or through electronic clearing system or through banking channel. That means if you are incurring that expenditure in cash, it will not be allowed to you. Cash expenditures will not be allowed to you, allowed to that business. So business need to take care of to incur these expenditures in through banking channel. There are certain conditions, and one more thing, expenditure prior to commencement of the operations shall also be allowed. Okay, but it will be allowed if it is wholly and exclusively incurred for the specified business. Okay, in the year when business commences, in this year it will be allowed. I'll be again explaining you these concepts. Today time may not permit right now, but this concept I'll be again, we'll catch up with this concept shortly. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.